Hey fam, welcome back to Paranormal Musings Podcast, episode 28. We're here with Terry Crozier from NSPSTV Paranormal Podcast with his co-host Irene. I am here with my co-hosts Rich and Cordell. Having a little technical difficulties for those who expected the live. Don't know what happened there, but went on YouTube and there were two lives. So something happened, but we'll figure it out for next time. As you know, last week we did one on Tuesday. Reason being because we were on an investigation on the weekend, and this one we have a birthday boy. So instead of trying to make them come on a Sunday, let them enjoy their trip, I decided, hey, let's try to get Terry on here this week, and he obliged. And birthday boy can enjoy himself and his family in a neat little spot in Florida that's very haunted. That's Rich, by the way. But yeah, hey, happy birthday, bro. I mean, I'll tell you again, but since we're on the podcast, happy birthday, brother.
Hey, man, appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Grandpa.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Grandpa.
So, Rich, you want to tell the folks how old you are, girl?
25.
25. There you go. there you go. 25.
Mm-hmm.
Might be a little X and a 2 beside that, but yeah, whatever.
I'm only as old as I feel, my friends. That's all I'm saying.
There you go.
Brother. It might be 2 X's.
There you go. So we got a fun one for you folks. I'm sure some of you remember Terry. We were on his podcast a long time ago. I had the privilege of being on there multiple times. And this has been in the making for a while. We definitely wanted to have him on our podcast. Always a good time talking to him. And with that, Terry, tell everybody about your podcast and about your team and whatever you want to tell us. Your dealings with the paranormal.
All right. Well, hey guys, welcome. Hey, I appreciate you guys having me on the show, man. I really appreciate it. Me and my co-host, Miss Irene. A little bit about Irene. Irene is from the great country of Japan. We've butted heads, man, about 4 years ago, and then it's been crazy ever since. We are from the great state of Texas, the most haunted state in the country. If you guys that don't believe me, look that up and it would tell you. Man, I started my journey, my paranormal journey. I've always been in the paranormal, guys, ever since I was a little kid. I've just never had the time to actually indulge in it like I'm doing now. Kids, things happen I couldn't explain. And as grandparents, they're not going to explain to you because, hey, at a certain age, you don't need to know. And that's the way they put it. You don't need to know. But as time got older, as I got older, life hits me, get married, have kids. 3 great boys, married over 30-something years. She passed away 3 years ago, but I was able to open up a little bit more about my curiosity about the paranormal and the paranormal community. And I was able to get out here and see, because now I got more time than money, so I'm able to get out here and see what's going on. I got to indulge in some of my favorite things I like to do. And I'm like, well, you know what? there's so many questions that needs to be asked, need to be answered. Why not start a podcast? I can get different perspectives from different parts of the country. Everybody's different. Everybody has their own, way of thinking. So why not go out and just hear what everybody has to say? So that's when I put together NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast. If you guys don't know what NSPS stands for, it stands for Night Stalker Paranormal Society. I've just took all the first letters out and just boom, put it like that, because that was a long name, and I got to break this down. So been podcasting for a couple years now. Met some great people, from all across the country and all across the world, from South Africa to Australia to Japan to the UK. And trust me, guys, my venture has not started. I want to reach out to Russia. I want to reach out to every part of this world I can get to, because best to show you guys there's paranormal no matter where you at on this planet. You could be in Antarctica, you could be in Iceland, Greenland. I guarantee you there's something paranormal going on. So hey, I'm here to figure it out, man. And you know what? And just prepare myself mentally, physically for, know all the information I want to know. Because when it's my time to go, I want to take that knowledge with me, because I don't want nothing. I don't want no stones unturned. I want to be able to know everything I ever wanted to know about the paranormal. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, like I say, I don't want to, no surprises. You know what I'm saying? I want to know all the questions. Somebody asked me one time, and Terry, if you had the choice of whether to know everything about the paranormal, would you accept it? And you know what? Or actually, she said, would you accept it, or would you want to continue investigating? And you know what? And I thought about that question for a moment, and and I thought hard, and I'm like, well, you know what? I would take all the knowledge. I would take the knowledge. Some people said no. I will continue investigating and just let me figure it out on my own. But if you go that far with it, you're gonna figure it out as time runs. True enough, but I want it all to hit me at once. I want all that knowledge to hit me at once, because once you got that knowledge, man, you can go off and do whatever. And then you're good to go. You know what I'm saying? So hey, that's how my life, started as a paranormal investigator and a podcaster. And hey, I just want to be like it. Well, let me back up. I don't want to be like anybody else, because I'm one of those podcasters and paranormal investigators that like to think outside the box. I like asking outside of the box questions, and that's the way it should be. So if any of you podcasters are asking the same questions 50 million other paranormal investigators are asking, you need to stop, because you got a mind on your own, ask your own questions, and quit being a copycat. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Terry's dropping knowledge as usual. So I think I recall you actually have some groups, or some folks at least, out here in Florida that you're friends with, may have investigated with. I don't want to say. I'd rather you. I don't want to mess it up and say you have it and you don't. But I think you have some connections out here, right?
Yes, I do. I actually, Mike and Drea from Mike and Drea Ventures came to Texas about 2 weeks ago, and they from up north. I'm not for sure. They're from up north Florida. I think up there by the Melbourne area. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, they came to Texas to visit me, and I just happened to show them around, to at least one Central Texas most haunted locations. And man, they were really intrigued about the location that I showed them. And for the short time that they were here, it was a pleasure speaking with them, and conversating with them. In that short time, you know what, you can learn a lot speaking with someone in a short time. It don't have to be a 3-hour conversation. It could be a short time. You can just, if you ask the right questions, you'll get the answers, in a short time. So I was able to, speak with them, and have a good time with them while they were here. I also have a good friend of mine's named Justin. He's actually a part of NSPSTV Paranormal. He's up in right Orlando area. He's been living out there, staying with his mom for a short period of time, and he's been doing some investigating out there. And he's also relating the information back to us here in Texas, telling us how it's been, how things are going up there, over there, and he's been enjoying himself. He's coming home in December to spend some time with us, and hopefully we'll do some investigation with them. But hey, thanks to Mike and Joy for coming out, man. I really appreciate you guys.
And I don't want to hog up the airways here, but as far as paranormal for you, Terry, you don't just believe in spirits and ghosts, right? You believe there's other paranormal. Well, I think we had a conversation about this before. There's different layers to the paranormal. There's other things, cryptid stuff like that. You're into that stuff too, right?
Well, you know what? I am not physically into it, but mentally, I am attracted to all things that are paranormal. I might not have the time to investigate, ufology, cryptics and stuff like that. But anything ever comes across my table, anything that comes across the news in Central Texas, best to show, you're going to see my face on the news. You know what I'm saying? I'm out there investigating. So you're going to see my face, whether you like me or not. But, business is business. So if there's something incredible that needs to be shown, and I think that the news sometimes want to cover it up, it's my job to make sure that I get that out there. You know what I'm saying? Even though I was at a Paracon, and I'm really into ufology. So one of the best known people that cover UFOs is MUFON. And just so happened, I got into a big argument with the director out of San Antonio with MUFON. I didn't mean to, but I just wanted to take a picture with her. And she was like, "No, don't take pictures with me." And I'm like, "Dude, the government knows who you are. There's no hiding. If you're a part of MUFON, if you're a MUFON director of San Antonio, they know who you are. So you taking a picture with me, I don't see what would hurt that." And things were said, and I'm like, she told me, and she's like, "Well, you can cancel getting your chapter in Austin." I'm like, "Oh shit."
that was an all shit moment.
Yeah, because Central Texas really don't have a MUFON chapter. You see, it seemed like all the big major cities have one: Houston, Dallas, El Paso, San Antonio, but there's nothing central. And I just thought you go sign up, you become a dude. I didn't know there was dues that needs to be paid. I mean, this is a money making scheme here. It's not really a scheme, but there's a lot of money that MUFON makes out of this. And and I'm like, "Oh, dude, do I want to take away from my Bush money, or do I just want to go ahead and contribute to MUFON and not knowing where the funds are going?"
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I mean, I think I still have that opportunity to do it on my own, but it would definitely take a lot away from my paranormal situation that I got going on here, because I've yet to discover everything that I wanted to discover here. There's so much here in Central Texas that I feel like I'm the only paranormal team here that's doing this. And there might be people in the shadows that want to do it, but don't have the cojones to do it because either they're too afraid to do it, they don't have the funds to do it, don't have the knowledge to do it. I mean, people have so many reasons not to do things instead of just saying, "What the heck, I'm going to do it." It's just one of those things, man. I mean, it's all crazy. But if you want to, be a paranormal investigator, there's nothing but air and opportunity between you.
That's
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Big facts.
I remember when I first started doing it, I was like, I'd seen it done for so many years, and I was just like, all right, you know what? I'm going to go out there and I'm going to go do that. Why can't I be doing that? So you just make the decision and just go and do it, man. That's it.
Yeah. And the craziest part is, man, when you're a paranormal investigator, dude, you come across so many interesting people. So many people who think that are into the same thing. But that's that bond that you connect with people.
There it is, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I met Terry and Cordell, man. That's how we all met.
That's
Yeah.
A lot of people, very interesting characters.
Yeah. And there's going to be plenty more, I'm sure.
And the craziest thing about it is, the more interesting people you get that you come to meet, the more exciting it becomes. Because I never knew that I was going to meet Irene. I had no clue. I was going through a phase in my life, a phase that I'm pretty sure everybody's went through. When people go through death, you really don't know how certain people can expect things.
Yeah.
And I like sitting on my couch with, going through my grieving stage because I just lost my wife, and and I'm like, what the hell, dude? Why is this happening to me now? What is the purpose of all of this? Because when you're married, you really don't think about that. You really don't think about, you just thinking about enjoying one another, spending time, and this and that. Think you're going to grow old together and you just going to have this great life. But when the Grim Reaper comes knocking at your door, what can you do?
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely nothing, man. Absolutely nothing. You go.
Nothing. But when one chapter closes, another one opens.
Absolutely.
And I think that's just the way life is supposed to be. I'm not quite sure. But I met Irene. You know what? I'm sitting on the couch and I get this text. And she, never met Irene before a day in my life. She's been on the podcast twice. She'll jump in, and I don't even know how that happened. She just jumped in, said hello, blah, blah, blah. I'm from Japan. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I got a friend from Japan now? But we've never had contact like that. So I just got off of work, and I'm just sitting on the couch because I'm going through this whole grieving process. And next thing you know, and this is how this is how strange things happen. She contacts me and tells me, hey, I don't know you. I've never met you. I've been on your podcast before, but I can help you communicate with your wife. The first thing that came to my head, T, was, is this lady a nut? Is she trying to mess with me in my stage?
She's sitting right here, Terry.
She means, not the finger wag.
Because I really didn't know what to expect from her. So
Yeah, I hear you.
we started talking. She's like, yeah, if you do this, we do that, we can actually come in contact with your wife. And at that time, I had just like anybody, loved ones that pass away. There's so many questions that needs to be answered.
Yeah.
So many. Why this? Why that? Here, because you really don't know anyone until they pass away. That's when you're able to look at the little black book, your diary. There's so much that information you're gonna have because you got access to before. You didn't have access to before, but you got now. She'll kill you if she knew that you was in the book, but it's curious mind wants to know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I went through the phone, went through this. I learned so much about my wife I did not know. And Irene was able to help me go through a certain phase in my life that made me get back to who I am today. Because if it wasn't for her, I'll still be on the couch like a little. And hey, am I allowed to cuss on here?
You can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want.
Be on the couch, covered up with a blanket like a little Mitch. That's the MITCH. And she knows it. We'll be on the couch, covered up like a little Mitch, watching freaking what is that channel? The family channel?
Yeah.
The Love Channel, where they have all these love movies. I can't think of the name of it.
Like TLC or whatever it is.
Like family channel. We'll be watching some kind of family channel.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, so Irene actually took me from one phase to another. Whether you guys believe in this or not, anytime I feel alone and if I need someone to talk to, I call Irene. Anytime I feel like I need someone that loves me, that understands me, I call and I ask Irene, hey, is that crazy wife of mine's around? Can I speak with her? And she says, sure, Terry. She's never told me no every time I wanted to consult with my wife. Never. Okay. So, you know, I was able to do all of that, all because the paranormal community as a whole, you know, comes together and helps one another out. And that's what Irene did. Because she didn't have to. She didn't. She could have left me on the couch like a little Mitch and covered up in the blanket, watching Lifetime. Can you believe that?
Lifetime channel, yeah, that's it.
Were you drinking cocoa with marshmallows or not marshmallows?
No, man. Dude, I was drinking myself, and I was drinking Bush beer.
There you go. Oh, my favorite.
Terry, that's Terry's favorite. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Terry love the Bush.
And I never told anybody this, but I was started drinking maybe a shot, maybe two a day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whiskey or vodka or whatever it is, just to get my nerves down. Because you've been waking up for someone over 30-something years, you reach over and you try to touch them on the butt to see if they're there, and all you feel is a bed. Dude, that's I don't know if you guys ever experienced that.
That's tough.
That's gotta be good. I can only imagine how tough that is, man. Jeez.
I mean, just when they go visit, like, and you're there by yourself, like during the daytime, it's awesome. You know, I'm like, I can run around in my underwear, whatever, do what I want, watch what I want, you know, burp, fart, all that stuff. Eat what I want, like, just be an idiot, a 12-year-old idiot. And then it's time to go to bed, and it's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Where are they?
And believe it or not, every time I walk into the house and I walk into an empty house, that's a feeling I wouldn't, unless you choose to be alone, I wouldn't recommend that to no man because it would break you down.
Yeah.
But I always say, honey, I'm home, whether she's there or not.
Yeah.
Because you never know, she might be sitting on the couch waiting on you. You don't know.
She's there. Devotion.
Irene says she's there, but she's always here. But I always told her, hey, there's things that I need to be. If you're gonna be here, there's things that I need done. Goddamn, put dishes in the dishwasher, wash the damn clothes, throw the damn laundry, do all that stuff that needs to be done. Can I get that shit? Hey, can I get it done before I get home from work?
Right now.
I'm not. I am not on board with what Terry's saying right now. So just be mad at him.
I don't know that the afterlife has those type of chores,
Right.
but
They don't. They don't.
Wake up
They don't.
tonight with a
I believe
on
it.
your head. I think your wife.
You're gonna be. Hey, when you see her again, you're gonna be in trouble, buddy. I'm just saying.
But I can't help but
She
ask.
just told
She's
me.
gonna hang
She
out
just
in my
told me clean up your own dumb house.
Oh.
You might as well clean up. She might as well, man. I mean, let's cook dinner for me. Do something. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if I'm busting my butt, you need to cook dinner.
That's funny.
Yeah. Anyway, it's just one of those things.
Speaking of Irene, we've heard a lot about it. Irene, what's your story?
I'm a clairvoyant. I haven't been in this business very long. Things have happened to me when I was living in a haunted house, a haunted condo. So after that, for 20 years, I started hearing things that you don't want to hear, right? Or I didn't want to hear. I said, "Oh no, here we go." And then I started hearing whispers, like spirit talking, and I do like this. So I said, "Oh, I can hear stuff." I go, "Oh no." So, and I had a friend who's a witch in Scotland. He helped me understand what I was hearing and helped me go through the process of this. So now I'm a clairvoyant. I'm an empath. I can do a lot of things. I see a lot of things. I see dead people, okay?
Wait, I've heard that before somewhere. Where did I hear that?
Just break it down. I see dead people. I see dead people. God damn it.
Yeah. I do cryptids. I do what else do I do? I do a lot of crazy stuff. I can cast. I can cross over dying spirits. That's what my job is mostly. I sit at home and I see and I have people who ask for my help and said, "My grandmother's laying in bed, she's dying, she hasn't eaten." I said, "Okay, you help me to help her?" She goes, "Yeah." And then so I help them out. I help the people out. And that's what I do. And I consult. And I talk to Terry too. And you know what he said? He said, "When I die, I'm gonna stick 100 bottles of beer on the wall." I said, "No, you're not."
Hey, I already got it out for you. That is one of my main goals, man. If I was to die today, right now, I'm sticking every bottles of beer on that wall. It might not be a bottle, but I'm damn sure gonna put it in the
Oh boy.
I'll tell you. I have to tell you.
Wait, was it? I am Henry VIII. I am. No,
There you go.
Does anybody
Cast you out. I'll say, "Get out of here."
But I am a promise keeper. I made a promise to my wife that my wife loved to dance, and I wasn't a big dancer. You know, I can groove. Don't get me wrong. The brothers can groove, but I can't dance. You know, so,
Gangsters lean. Gangsters lean. Don't boogie.
there you
That's
go.
another thing I forgot to tell you. I live in the most haunted cities in all of Japan. I live in Tokyo, Japan, so it's central haunted area.
wow.
You don't need a ticket to see anything haunted. You just go out your front door and there you go.
Oh,
So yeah.
I would love to go back to Japan. I've been to Yokosuka and Sasimo. I would love to go back. I love it. I love that place.
There's one things that I don't tell is I don't tell people what I do in the city,
Mm-hmm.
because if I do, I'd be
Mm-hmm.
in the loony bin, right? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So I don't say what I do and don't say anything about anything else, and that's it. And I lay low. But yeah, there's a lot that I do, and there's a lot that I can put to practice. I go on, sometimes I go on with Terry on his investigation, sometimes I don't. But yeah, it depending on what it is, depending on if it's a haunted house, I do it. I remove spirits of the haunted house. I kick out the dark shadows of the haunted house too. I make so several people say you shouldn't do that, but I mean these people who own the house now, it's their house. It doesn't belong to these dead spirits anymore. So you have to help them move on. It depends on where it is, and depends on the situation. I don't like equipment because I don't use any. I use what I have in here, and I use what I have in here, and I use what I have in here. That's my equipment,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't. I just don't.
Yeah,
Japan is like
I
Japan's like
urge,
like we got America. We're so young, as far as human beings being here. The rest of the world is, I mean,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
but like Japan and all the Asian countries in general,
Hmm.
are like thousands of years, right? Like,
Yeah. And we
yeah,
got a lot of UFO activity too.
wow.
Like, yeah.
yeah. I always urge people, man, quit spending $300 and $400 on equipment. Use your God given gifts. You
Mm-hmm.
know, because to me, there's other things we can do with that money. Most people today, most paranormal investigators today, doesn't use what they were born. What they were born with. They
We're
so
all born with it.
used, yeah, they're so used for all the technology. What happens if I was Thanos? I'm Thanos, and
Yeah.
taking over the world. I'm snapping my finger like this, and I'm saying I want all this equipment to go away. I want all the paranormal equipment to go. Then what? Are you just you stuck? You don't have a choice but to use
Hmm.
your God gifted talents, your eyes, your ears, your mind, and sometimes you
And
know.
and that one right there,
The third eye.
Third
that
eye
one
right
right
there.
there.
Yeah. And you know what? Spirits here don't like equipment. They tell you to put away. I just use little cat balls. And they said, put those away. I don't like those. I said, okay, I won't.
Hmm.
So I put them away and I put them back in my bag. And they said, now will you talk to me? Yes, I will. I said, okay, we'll talk.
Yeah, that's probably what happened to us, Terry, this weekend at the
Yeah,
show.
yeah. They,
Yeah.
they didn't want to talk to us. The only time they wanted to talk to us when they wanted to say we were ready to, or we would ask, they would say bye.
Or
They're like, bye,
no,
get out,
That's where
get
I
out.
come in.
leave.
That's where I come in. That's where I come in, where you can't use it, but I could help you with my energy in talking to the dead, because they want a conversation without equipment, especially the older spirits. They don't like equipment, period, whatsoever. So you have to use what you have, and that's where we come in, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
You're the most important piece of equipment.
I'm actually aspiring to be like you. I'm getting ready to take a class here
But
in
you
Melbourne.
know what? There's a lot of responsibility to come
Oh, I
with
know. Yeah,
this. What I have so much knowledge of so many people who have passed on. I cannot tell you anything because my shoulders are heavy, and it's between me and them, and that's it.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Keep your word with
Hmm.
the dead. I actually like that.
It's like going to a doctor and signing the no, whatever that thing is, the HIPAA agreement
NDA,
or
Yeah.
whatever.
non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, see, that's where the argument between me and her come into.
I know what happens when you die. I know where you go, but I can't tell anybody. I can't tell any of you what happens, and I can't tell any of you why it happens, and I can't tell any of you how it happens either, because I know I've seen it. I've known it. It's between me and the dead, and that's it. And I can tell you one
Mhm.
thing: there's no heaven. There's no such thing as hell.
I
when they
figured
say
as much.
hell is like you become a dark energy, you walk the earth in a shadow, like a shadow figure. Heaven is where you find the most peace at, where you find yourself most peaceful at. Some people would be sitting under a tree, some people would be walking in the garden, some people would be in the flower garden, some people would be it depends on how you want your peacefulness to be. Is that's where you'll find yourself.
The
But don't ask
lands.
me anything more than that, because that's I should
Approved.
sorry. I'm not yeah, I can't say any more than that. Okay.
Yeah,
Then
I can feel
I will withhold my questions.
I'll say the second word in the word lands. That's the heaven. It's what, like she said, what you that's my belief anyway. Yeah,
Yeah.
Earth is the domain. If you believe in any of that, Earth is the domain, and then there's where you go after you leave.
I
You
always
you go
figured
to
that.
you go to. There's a few different places you go to, and
I
Yeah.
always
I
figured
don't
that
believe in the whole
heaven
heaven
and
and
hell were
hell
just
thing.
concepts. There weren't actual
Yeah,
places.
yeah.
Eh, you
I
know,
guess I should say I believe in the heaven and hell thing, but I don't believe it in the way that
Yeah, that's the way
everyone
that
else
the
does.
Bible.
normally portrayed. Normally
Yeah,
portrayed.
Or
That's
religious
what I said.
beliefs in that. Yeah. Religious
Yeah,
group says you're gonna go to hell. Okay, that's fine.
already
Like
here.
yeah,
yeah.
see ya. Like,
I'm already
and
here.
yeah, and that's another part that I want to touch on. I'm also Catholic, right? But I
Mhm.
was told you can't do this. So I said, okay, I haven't been to church for a long
Yeah.
time. So I'm a Shintoist, I'm a Buddhist. So
Hmm.
I go towards that way and I have to get cleanses every 6 months because my work is really heavy. You don't want things attaching to you. So and you have to help um heal people who have been hurt by spirits, like that guy over here on the orange shirt. Yeah. So that's what my job is. And it takes a hell lot of energy to help heal a person. So yeah, that's my work.
It's a
hey,
lot of work.
you better talk to that guy in the orange shirt, man. I don't know who he is.
He seems like he's high maintenance.
What's up
Big
with that?
D.
What's up? Hold on. I'm gonna step away from the paranormal a little bit there, T. What's up with that Oregon banner there, Mr. Texas?
I was wondering the same thing, dude.
The whole time we've been on here, I keep looking at that stupid yellow O. What is going on? Now that they came into the Big Ten and beat my Penn State, by the way.
Yeah,
So
Oregon's a good team, man.
Penn State
yeah,
sucks.
You
whatever.
know what?
They
I've been an Oregon fan since 2010.
You're an
And
Oregon fan.
my youngest son, had the opportunity to go there. He screwed that. He screwed that up, you know. But I've always been a fan with them. Some of the most successful players that that played on Oregon come from Texas. Josh Huff,
mm, mm,
James. There's Decorian Moore. There are
mm,
so many that came out of the state of Texas that just don't get the credit, that these guys deserve. One of my favorite all-time running backs out of Oregon is DeAnthony Thomas. The dude
Oh,
only weighs 150 pounds, dude. But that mug can fly like a jet.
Really?
That dude can run. And the only reason why he didn't make it in the NFL is because he was just too small.
yeah, you're too small. Yeah,
It was just way too small. But Oregon,
yeah.
if you, Oregon or Texas, which one you want?
Well, I like A&M. I don't like Texas.
I don't like. You know what, dude? I don't like neither one of them. But if I had the choice, I would pick A&M. Texas. Texas fans are like Cowboy fans. They think they're gonna win
Yes,
it every year,
the Cowboys have fans.
yes.
and I'm like,
Alice.
oh,
We call them Alice. Alice Cowboys. They don't got no D.
They ain't got
Dallas
anything.
Cowboys. They ain't
And
got
I
nothing there.
guarantee you, they play the Raiders this week in Vegas, and I guarantee you they're gonna lose.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that would make my weekend.
I guarantee
But
you they are going to
sorry to
lose.
sidetrack us, but I had to ask. I was like, what is this Texas boy doing with that Oregon? I was like, what is going on here? He's wearing some Texas orange, but he's got that Oregon.
I mean,
No,
you can always
no,
this is the
whoa,
adult.
hey, this is Denver orange. I got that Denver orange on, man.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
You know, if you guys look around, I got Denver stuff on my patio, and I'm just, all over the place. I really don't see no reason to be in Texas. They're arrogant, they cocky, and and I'm like, no, dude, you guys. I wish they lose every day of the weekend.
So I'd like to hear some of your paranormal stories, Terry. What can you give us some really good ones, man? What do you got as far as experiences?
This is the one that me and Irene settled on. I went to and she can verify with me on this one. We went to a mausoleum, and we actually had an investigation there. It was an outside mausoleum. And while I was just walking along, and one of my members, who is a clairvoyant, says, "Hey, Terry." I'm like, "Huh?" "There's a little girl beside you." And I'm like, "Huh?" Me being the nutcase that I am, I actually looked down to see if there was a little girl beside me. And I'm like, "There's no little girl." She said, "Yeah, she is. She's a black girl with ponytail. She's real pretty little girl, and she's about 2 years old." And I'm like, "What the hell? Why is she hanging around me?" And we did the investigation, and I just happened to ask if the little girl's still around. And she was like, "Yeah, she's right there at your hip." And I asked her, I'm like, "Okay, it's time to get this, it's time to settle this right here." And so I asked the clairvoyant, like, "What is her name?" She said she don't know. And I'm like, okay, what is the most logical thing for me to do? I got a little girl here who don't know her name, so I'm going to give her a name. And I named her Bella. Bella just came out. If Bella is not a Southern name, I don't know what the hell it is. So we named her Bella. And Bella would not leave my side for no reason. Dude, when we got into the car, Bella was in my back seat. So I didn't see no harm to it, because when I came home, Bella really didn't do anything. She was just around the house, allegedly. Anyway, I'm not how truthful this is. That there was Bella there. So I reached out to Irene. I said, "Irene, I got a situation here. Maybe you can help me out." And she's like, "Well, what's going on?" And she's like, "Well, hey, doc, I already know. You ain't got to tell me." And she's like, she described the little girl to me, and I'm like, "Yeah. So how are we going to handle this? Because I can't have Bella just around me 24/7, because I go in some of the Central Texas most haunted locations, and I can't have a little girl in those locations, whether she feel comfortable or not. I don't know how angry spirits feel about young spirits. It might be a situation there, not a situation, a situation. Or I'll put it like that. And so me and Irene came to a decision. It's like, I'm like, "Irene, if you can find out information about this little girl, let's see what we can do to help her." So Irene came back, and she's like, "Well, she's tied to your hip because she's related to you somehow, some way." And I came to realize, like, "Irene, I don't have anybody in that cemetery that I know of that I'm related to. So how can this little girl be related to me?" And Irene was like, "This must have happened a long time ago." And I'm like, okay, what do we need to do? So we kind of adopted her into the family because Irene, not just she doesn't just have my wife there I can speak with. When me and my wife was going through a situation, my grandfather came in as a very strong individual. So my grandfather is also with Irene and my grandmother, and they were able to take Bella and make her a part of the family, and were able to give her the nurturing that she needs for a young child. Because somebody that dies that young really don't know anything about life. But
Mhm.
the one thing we do know is they need to be loved. So that's what they did. You know what I'm saying? And every now and then, I think Bella pops in, pops out, say hello, and goes about her business. I'm not sure on how that works, how that is with Irene, because last time I spoke about Bella, she told me that Bella went with her family, and I'm like, well, hell, I thought I was her family, but family goes a lot deeper than just me.
Mhm.
There's generations of family that we don't know anything about.
Oh yeah.
So that is one case that we had to. Now, Irene mentioned a case where she had to heal me. Now we went out to a location where I've been working this residential case for the longest time, and this is one of the cases where I end up in the hospital. Uh, you know, I always tell people, hey, the type of team that we are not a team that sends people on their way. We are a validation team. I will validate all day long that something is in your location. I'm not there to, send people on their way. I know people that can do that. If you want a cleansing or, you want a smudging, I know people for that, but that is not my job directly. So I kept going out to this location where Native Americans, and Irene can tell you, well, it was Native Americans heavily influenced that area. And the Native Americans were not happy on what was going on in the property.
Mm-hmm.
So we went out there and we came across a nasty individual who actually put a arrow and branded an arrow on the side of my belly, and which caused me to go to the hospital.
Huh.
So I was in the hospital for like a week. And that case, I end up going back out there, and I'm like, man, if I'm gonna go out here this time, dude, I gotta make sure I know exactly what I'm dealing
Yeah, yeah.
with. And Irene, I called up Irene because the medium clairvoyant that we had on the team was not strong enough to handle the situation. So I called up Irene. I said, hey, I need help with this. Can you help me? She's like, yeah, I got you. So she was able to pinpoint the situation. We knew it was somewhat Native Americans, but the, we were able to communicate. The Native Americans said, hey, we don't mind you being here as long as you obey the laws and the rules of the land. And the land is something that Native Americans cherish. They don't care about your BMW, how big your damn boat is, and all that crap. They care about the land and the land itself.
Mm-hmm.
But hell, dude, if their land is looking like a damn junkyard, of course they're gonna be angry.
Yeah, to be
Mm-hmm.
mad.
Mhm.
Clean up, clean the yard up.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Oh, he's back.
See,
He's back.
they didn't like what he was saying. That's why it was a no-no to talk about that place.
Yeah, I really don't like talking about it, but it's one of those cases where It's
I believe that a lot of hauntings originate from the lands
Hmm.
that we experience.
On
Absolutely.
that case, I had to bring in my friend who's part Cherokee. She had to help us, and my son. Before she got him, my son helped to help us too. So my son is also a clairvoyant. He's also empath. In fact, all my kids are okay.
Uh,
But I had to have my son to help us so that my friend can come on. When she came on, my son left, and yeah, so it was a group effort with all of us together
that's
doing
cool.
this together. And yeah, it was pretty bad, and he got sick again afterwards after that one again.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, like, and I was busy. I was busy like you and Bleep. I was busy
yeah,
trying to help him, trying to heal him for the second time. And
and
it was one of those places where we're not going to go back ever again. Nope,
Yeah.
nope, nope.
yeah. Now I might send my worst enemy there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but
But
nah, we ain't going back. No, 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 no.
I would
Uh,
never go back. And guys, and to be honest with you, I'm still having effects from that investigation.
yeah,
I'm still going through medical procedures, and I can't tell the doctor, "Hey, this is the cause of it," because, like you say, they will lock your ass up if the minute that they tell you what you actually think happened, you going through a psych evaluation.
Oh yeah.
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 They're gonna lock you up in that loony bin.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
why I
so
keep quiet. That's why I
I
can't
mean,
tell you everything.
you know, and as much as I need to sleep on some soft pillows, I would do it. You know what I'm saying? No matter room, it feels good. No matter where you hit, you hit.
Yeah. That's a hard pass for me, buddy. I'll stick in my own bed.
Yeah, but dude, that is some of the that is some of the cases that we've been on. I've been on that. Some cases, you know, paranormal investigators wouldn't know how to react to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, uh, and like I was telling you guys earlier, paranormal investigators in Central Texas is far and few here. The
Mhm.
opportunity to hear is endless because the area is so vast and there's so many uh, locations where you have access to, and the only feet that actually been on it is probably mine and a couple of my team members. But
Yeah.
other than that, it's like, dude, it's like free reign here.
Mhm.
You know,
They had a
most of the paranormal teams here are focused on one area, and that's the area that they make the money on.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I'm not about money.
No.
You know, you want to leave a tip? If you leave me a tip, I always tell them, tip me with some knowledge
Mhm.
or tip me with some wisdom.
Mhm.
But I wouldn't. If you try to give me money, I'll give it back.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Well,
That's
know, I'll take either. I'll take two of those: knowledge or wisdom.
when
Yeah.
I help Terry. It's mostly on residentials, because residentials are my okay. I could tell you, they're my favorite. I love doing residentials. Okay, and I do a lot of work with residentials, and that's where my best part goes in. So yeah, I help him on his residentials. That whatever they need, I do it.
Cool.
well,
And it's been cool for the most part, man. Like I say, I've been successful in what I'm doing. I mean, I'm not going to say every location I go in, I actually catch something.
Yeah.
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 Hey, that sounds too much like Hollywood. If that was the case,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
you know what I'm saying? That's not me. I mean, if I go into a residential location and I don't catch anything, that's a win-win situation for both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
all
But if
about the
I come
experience.
in,
All about the experience.
yeah. But if I come in and we send something, we hear something, then we can handle that too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can't get rid of what's in your house, but I can make you comfortable.
Yeah.
Well,
Where
you never
you
fully
leave the light on.
with haunted houses. You never fully get rid of anything. Okay, when you remove it, you can remove the dark side, but you can never remove everything out of a haunted house because it'll always be a haunted house even to this day, right?
Yeah.
It'll always remain a haunted house, but you can help whatever in it find peace. But they can always come back. That's the thing. But it won't do what they did before. That's the truth about it.
And yeah, it's crazy. You know, a lot of people, a lot of people are, and I talk to people all the time, whether we agree or disagree on certain aspects of the paranormal community. But you know, the one of the biggest conflicts in the paranormal community is the difference between residual energy and energy that wants to get your attention. You know, and to me, I put them both in the same.
Hmm.
You know, residual energy. Can somebody tell me what residual energy, energy is?
Like a loop.
It's like a
Yeah,
loop. But
like a
okay, T.
gunshot going off at a certain time, all at that particular time,
Okay,
off and on, off and on. Yeah.
so answer this question: what individual on this planet does the same thing over and over and over again until you acknowledge it?
We do.
A
Yeah.
kid, a kid, a kid that does that. How many times have you told a kid, stop, 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 don't do that, don't do that, don't do that,
Yeah.
and they do the same thing over and over and over and over
Yeah.
again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's human nature. We do it our whole lives.
So, in order for and kids do that to get what? Your attention.
yeah.
Hmm.
So,
Mhm.
who says that residual energy is just something that is looking for attention?
It's a good way to look at it. That's a good way to look at
That's
it.
a real good way to look at that.
Because if you look at it, let's say we go into a haunted location, and the first thing that the homeowner says, "Okay, we got residual energy going here because we hear the same thing over and over again." And so the second thing I'm going to say is, "Hey, did you acknowledge it? Did have you acknowledged the original energy? Have you spoken to them? Because residual energy, somebody's trying to say something to you, or something is trying to show you something.
Hmm.
So let's go and figure this out." So the
Hmm.
minute I go into a location and I got residual energy, the first thing I'm going to say is what? How can I help you?
Yeah.
What is what is your purpose here? What is the reason why you're doing this over? Okay, you got my attention now. You have my attention. Tell me, how can I help you? What can I do to help you?
Yeah.
And then that's when you're able to communicate.
But that
These
depends
spiritual
on the situation, right? That depends on the situation, right? If they're being a real jerk off, I mean, I have no choice. I don't choose, and I don't tell. What can I help you with? I just remove it. Period, and that's it. My rules, my way, and that's it. And if they're still there, if they don't want to go, well, then I'll take you out my way, okay? And that's the way I do it. And if it's a spirit in a house, I I don't ask them, do you want to move on? I make them move on. Okay, that's because I don't give them a choice. Sometimes you don't have. Sometimes you can't give them a choice. Sometimes you have to make an executive decision on it, and that's what I do. So yeah, it depends on the situation, right?
See, Irene is she has no she don't play. You know,
No.
she's but me, I'm gonna give you that benefit of the doubt. I want you to tell me what is going on because I think everybody has that voice that wants
Yeah.
to say something.
Yeah.
Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has that voice. hey, I think I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this. You know, it's like, okay, maybe I can help you. If that is what it takes for me to get you to the next stage of evolution in your life, that's what I'm going to do.
It's an interesting topic because the split on residual and you know smart haunting or whatever. Like the residual keeps going and going. And if you look at it on the other side, they keep doing the same damn thing too. Why is that not residual? They do the same thing over and over and over to somebody, but they're supposed to be a smart haunting. Why is that not called residual if you're doing the same thing over and over and over?
Yeah.
Why are we making? That's my thing. Is like, why do we make these terms for them? It's either haunted or it's not haunted. One.
Yeah.
And you try to communicate with them. They don't want to communicate with you. They ain't going to communicate with you. Or they are. But, you know, the loop thing, I think it's just different levels of it. You got the loop thing, right? It does the same thing, or whatever. But then you have the haunting. And I challenge anybody that says, I don't believe that. We all talk about it. We go to places, we put it online. This is what it's doing. Everybody says the same thing. Why is that not residual? Why isn't that considered the same thing? Why isn't that a loop? It's still doing the same things. Maybe multiple different things in a spot, but it's still doing, when you think about it, it's still doing the same thing.
How deep down the rabbit hole do we go?
I think it's on different steps, though. I don't know. It's interesting to me. It's like one of those things I want to know.
If it's a murdered victim, you treat it differently. If it's a victim who was murdered and killed by somebody else, by somebody's hands, then you treat it different. Then you try to console them, and you try to help them. And if it's a person who has done the dirty deed, yeah, that's how you treat it different. There are two ways of handling it, right?
Yeah, see, but my only problem is we have to get to the root of the problem before we even figure out what exactly happened. You know, what is the reason why you're doing this? What is the reason that you're going, 12 o'clock, you're going, like T said, you're doing this at a certain time. What is the reason why?
Yeah.
How many people have actually went into a location where there's residual haunting and actually asked that question?
I can't think of any.
Yeah. It's making me think. It's an interesting topic.
Yes. How deep down the rabbit hole do we go?
I mean,
it's like what? So what actually is residual? If you really think about it,
you know what?
How many places we've been to where they'll put a book in there where you can write stuff and it's all the same shit.
Yeah.
But it's not considered residual.
No. Then what is? What is?
Yeah.
Then,
what? So
right?
what is residual then? Yeah. That's it's interesting.
Hey, you always got to ask that question, man. The question is right there in your tongue. If you don't speak it, it'll never get said. You have to ask that question.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? See, that's the thing with paranormal investigators today. Most of them are middle-aged, stuck in their ways of doing things, and most of them are thinking, hey, it's okay if we do this like this. But people have to understand that the individuals that we're dealing with have evolved.
Yeah.
They have evolved to something bigger, something that we can't understand. And every now and then, it might take, it might take us to evolve mentally for them to even catch up with them a smudge. I'm not saying we're going to completely catch up with them and be able to understand everything that they do. But in order for that to happen, we have to evolve as humans also. Because if we're going to be in the same situation we were 20 years ago. The only reason why things are different now compared to 20-year-old, paranormal investigator that investigated 20 years ago is the technology.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But we also have to know that they see you coming before you even get there, right?
Oh,
They
they can
see
see.
everything. They know everything about you. They even know what color underwear you're wearing. They know what you like to eat. They know what you like to hate. They know what kind of snacks you're bringing. They know everything all about you from head to toe, from inside and out before you even go there. So that's why it's very important to cleanse your mind. Make sure you don't have any extra baggage on you before you go in a place. When you go in there, you can go in there openly with your mind open, your heart open, and then you do it. If you have extra baggage, that's when you're gonna be screwed up for sure. And you know
That's
what?
funny. That's funny. Something you said in there. Our buddy Brian likes to ask questions about food.
Yeah, because
He always he likes to have conversations with him about food.
you know why? They If you want to get more information out of a spirit, they always want you to share their food, your food. If you have a chocolate, if you have a piece of hard candy, they always want a piece of that. And then they'll talk to you like from here to kingdom come. They'll talk to you about anything you want to know. They'll give you any information you want to know within reason. Okay, that's what they'll do. But yeah, it's very difficult when you go in there if you don't have anything to offer. Like, if you don't give me anything, I ain't gonna do anything for you. So it's like a give and take thing, right?
Like an
With
offer.
spirits. And
Well, if that's how it's gonna be, I'm going to HEB and get a giant goddamn ice cream cake, chocolate with here, and I am gonna say, and there, you know me. Once my mind get to thinking, everything it thinks is gonna come out the mouth. So I want to know everything, everything. If I'm putting that cake on the line, and they don't want to see it, oh yeah,
Terry,
definitely.
you didn't bring that old lady any chocolate when I told you to, remember?
I forget.
Oh man.
I don't
Maybe
even
we
know
should
what.
have brought some food to the jail. Dang it.
Yeah,
We'll put a
So
nail
that's
file.
on you, not me.
I'm pretty sure she forgive me.
Well, all right. So we're since we're overtime. We're always overtime, but want to get a few things in before we take off. Um, any future endeavors coming up that you'd like to talk about?
We are headed to Oak Park Hotel in Bellinger, Texas, in December. You guys don't know anything about that place. It was a brothel back in the 1800s. So we'll be headed there, man. It's a lot of activity. You know what? I'm a skeptic of that place. I'm always a skeptic first before I'm a believer. Uh, and before then, I think this month we're headed back up to Whitewright, Texas, to investigate a what is those damn homes it's like a little mansion, man. That house is so big. In an old house that somebody bought and renovate. And we all know what happens to the minute you renovate a haunted location.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
you, you have an awakening, and there's some activity going on up there. So we're gonna head back up there and see what's going on with that. And after that, January will be here. Then February, I will be in. I'm planning on flying out to Japan here in February. Spend a week with Irene, and we're gonna drink a lot and have
Saki.
some fun. And,
Oh,
hey,
you want to know
King,
where we're going in February? I'm
I know
taking him
where you're
to.
going. I'm gonna give me some mushu.
No, I'm taking him to cave next to the temple, the Shinto shrine that I go to, which is extremely haunted. 700 samurai soldiers had committed suicide. They went like this. They stabbed their stomach. They went sideways and they go up, and somebody
Yeah.
catapults their neck.
Oh,
So
wow.
we're going to that cave
Oh,
in
Wow.
February.
That's a
I'm
cool,
gonna,
right?
I'm gonna get me some Wabaki shoes, and I am gonna drink all the beer I can. And you know what? And I'm going to where the Yukasa, the mob people go, just to see if I can see them.
Oh, you know what, Terry? I'm gonna give you a whole bunch of my moonshine, and we'll see how well you stand up afterwards.
Oh man,
Give him some of that snake juice where they put the, I forget what
Oh,
it's
that's
called
in
with the head.
Okinawa. That's in
Yeah.
Okinawa. That's in
Yeah.
Okinawa. That's another
That'll
really
put you down.
haunted place, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That'll put you down.
Hey, I might come back with a new wife. You never know.
I'm sure Okinawa will be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, those
All
are
right.
the plans coming up.
Cool. All right. Let me see what. Oh, also before we go, where can folks find you online?
All right, guys. If you are thing about me, guys, I am on 10 different social media outlets. You guys can find me on Rumble at NSPSTV Paranormal Podcast. You guys can find me on Kick. Same thing, NSPSTV Paranormal. Twitch, same thing. YouTube, NSPS TV Paranormal, or NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast. I got one for my podcast, and I got one for my investigations. You guys want to go check out some cool investigations? Go check that out. And you guys want to reach out to me personally? You can reach out to me at Terry Crozier, Croziur, on Facebook. If you need anything paranormal, you can reach out to me at NSPS TV. Or if you guys want to join me on my podcast show, you can reach out to me at NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast. And you'll be able to reach me on there also. It's a lot, guys, but I have to do it.
That's right, man. Keep on keeping it up, man.
We appreciate everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Yes, I appreciate you guys having us on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's always a good time talking to you, brother, and hopefully you get that thing going again because that was fun, man.
Yeah, if you're ever in Florida, look us up, man.
Yes, guys. One quick question. One quick thing, right quick. When you guys have I'm just gonna throw this out here. When you guys have a podcast, the one thing about the paranormal community, dude, it's so diverse.
Yeah.
You got people doing this, you got people doing that. It's so diverse, and sometimes you might have to reach out to a certain, individuals, and that's something like me and T did almost a year ago. And sometimes you just might have to focus on a certain individuals. Like for me, I've always focused every other month or every 2 months, I always put a certain podcast out that features certain individuals. Like one day I put a podcast out just for clairvoyants, people that are gifted. We all came together and we talked about the what if. We talked about, and when me and T got together, we talked about the brothers that are in the paranormal field. It's not too many of us out here that are doing this, but the ones that are doing it, I was able to bring those guys together. There are so many different types of things that paranormal podcasters can do, but yet sometimes they seem to focus on the straight and narrow. Sometimes you got to make that right turn or make that left turn to get others' attention. Because you never know what's down that road. We're going straight, but if you make that left at the red light, you never know what's down there. Or you never know what's down there. So instead of going straight all the time, make that right, make that left, to see what's down these roads. And I think as paranormal podcasters, I think that is a way that you can reach out to a broader audience, and get your point across. You can listen to, whether you agree or disagree. You can always listen to other individuals, speak their mind, and you might learn something. You might teach somebody something. The opportunities are there. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, only thing I'm just saying, guys, let's always think outside that box.
Yep.
Because if you're stuck in the box, nothing gonna happen. If you outside that box, the sky's the limit.
Thank you for that.
That's true words, my friend. True words.
That's more knowledge right there. Man. That's the knowledge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I appreciate you guys having us on the show, and man, it's been a pleasure. I can't tell you the last time I was a guest.
Hey Terry, you didn't stick your finger in the light socket anymore, right?
Hey, I didn't want you to yell at me.
I'll get you next time.
I'm all hyped up on
find me on Spooky Japan podcast. I'm there at the page. If you want to find me, my last name, I changed it because I got hacked. So it's TOKUMAMA, Tokumama. That's what I use now because I got hacked. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm always on. I'm 24/7. I'm working 24/7. I don't sleep anymore. So yeah, because I'm working all the time, right?
It's been great, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's
nice. Fun.
Hey, appreciate y'all coming on. As always, Terry, it was a great time. We got to do it again, and definitely we got to get the brothers thing going again. We got to do it once and get everybody back on and shoot the shit. Drop that knowledge.
Hey, I can't get the sisters out there, man, but
oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, you got to do one of those. I won't be on that one, but I'll watch.
I'll tell you what. But hey, like I said, guys, thanks, man. Keep up with the hard work, man, dedication and support. Hey, if you guys ever need me for anything, hey, I'm always here. T got my number. He got my personal number. I don't know why he called me on Messenger. He just called me.
He can just outside the box.
Yeah, thinking out. Yeah, there you go. I'm thinking outside that box.
Yeah. If you guys need any questions or need anything, just give us a call. And Irene is always here. If you guys need that third eye, she's always here for you guys. We definitely can do what we can, and I hope to hear from you guys soon. Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, definitely, brother. Definitely. Keep in touch, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right, before we sign out, I think Cordell has something he'd like to say.
Yeah. Thank you guys for another one.
Just stay spooky.
Stay spooky, guys.
He lost it. It's okay, brother. You're tired. It's okay. All right. Happy hunting, fam.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace.